5 exhausted men have been rowing for 11 straight hours under a blistering sun. They are exactly half a mile from their target island, but instead of inching closer to the shore, they look down at the churning water and realize they are moving backward. This is Jimmy Donaldson, better known as Mr. Beast. He and 4 of his friends marooned themselves on a deserted beach with a strict objective: build a working sailboat from scratch and cross miles of open water to escape. Their proving ground was the South Pacific Ocean, a notoriously unforgiving expanse of deep water where minor miscalculations hold fatal consequences. They successfully constructed a raft. They navigated the deep water, completed 95% of the journey. So we have to ask, why a mission that came so close to the finish line ended with a rescue flare? The answer comes down to numbers. Surviving the ocean relies on a strict mathematical equation of 3 variables: the structural integrity of the vessel, the physical output of the human engine, and the raw mechanics of the environment. Let's look at the first variable, the vessel. They needed a platform capable of supporting 1,000 pounds of human weight, engineered entirely out of bamboo and scavenged trash. This wireframe schematic shows weight distribution across the bamboo frame. It relies on 4 sealed blue barrels to achieve buoyancy, the upward force keeping objects afloat. To generate propulsion, they lashed a crab sail to catch wind and molded makeshift paddles from plastic. But a boat requires a power source. Here, the human engine consisted of 5 guys who spent a grueling week breaking their bodies down just to finish the construction. Before pushing the raft into the surf, they endured 100-degree heat, suffered severe dehydration, 60+ bug bites per person, and extreme sleep deprivation. Once on the water, they implemented strict 15-minute rowing rotations. This operational strategy was a direct attempt to mitigate total muscle failure and rampant seasickness. By launch day, the human engine was running on empty. For the crew to survive the crossing, their makeshift vessel had to perform with absolute maximum efficiency. Which brings us to the third and highly volatile variable, the raw environmental mechanics of the open ocean. Midway through the voyage, the crew encountered a massive hydrodynamic hurdle, a heavy concentration of water in motion, known as a cross-channel current. This vector map shows the intended path. Perpendicular force arrows represent the current acting as an invisible wall, pulling them sideways. To counter this drift, the crew angled the raft into the current, effectively rowing uphill and expending vital energy to maintain a straight line. Every calorie spent fighting that sideways drift was a calorie stolen from their forward momentum. They were rapidly accumulating a mathematical energy deficit for the final stretch. Despite the energy drain, they survived the channel. 11 hours into the grueling trip, the bamboo held together, and the target island was a mere half-mile away. But they were racing a strict 20-minute window before the lunar tide. The rise and fall of sea levels caused by the moon's gravity completely shifted. They missed the window. The tide turned, instantly generating a harsh cross breeze and a direct headwind that pushed dead against the surface area of their crab sail. Pushing against this sudden, massive wall of water resistance placed extreme stress on their scavenged tools. The brittle plastic paddles snapped in half. The required propulsion output to move forward officially exceeded the maximum physical output of their degraded human engines. The immediate physical consequence was devastating. Even with the crew rowing at their absolute maximum capacity, the boat drifted backward. Firing the rescue flare was a forced concession to the absolute laws of physics. Their stamina was gone, their tools were broken, and the water pressure was insurmountable. Human ingenuity, teamwork, and raw endurance are powerful forces. They solved 95% of this survival equation and carried a makeshift raft across miles of open ocean. You can engineer a buoyant vessel out of beach trash, and you can push the human body to its absolute breaking point. But Mother Nature always holds the final mathematical veto.